You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and Michael the Chosen, thank you so much for your Patreon membership request. You are bringing us back down some OPETH down the rabbit hole, and we are finishing off the Watershed album with the song Hex Omega.
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm really looking forward to this one and finishing off this album. Thank you so much, Michael, for bringing OPETH back down the rabbit hole. We have been following your requests and doing the Watershed album and the last 3 songs to finish off this album. Was it 3 or 4 songs now? 3 songs.
5, actually.
5.
Coil, Heir Apparent, Burden, The Lotus Eater, and Porcelain Heart.
Nice.
And then we have done Hessian Pill ourselves, and now we are finishing it with Hex Omega.
That's really exciting. I've actually never listened to this album before, so this has been my first time listening to this Watershed moment and Watershed album.
Yeah.
So I've been just enjoying this thoroughly, and I'm really looking forward to this final song on the album and seeing how OPETH has ended this album and what they have done to bring it all together. So if you guys have been loving our OPETH journey, or my OPETH journey, as Kyle already has had this for years, then remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
I get to live vicariously through y'all and Alanna here, but Hex Omega is one of the songs I haven't heard that much, and I haven't heard in years, actually, so I can't even think of a tune for it right now. So I'm really excited to check this one out. I know as soon as it plays, I'm going to remember it, but thank you guys for being here. If you are new to the channel, thanks for being here as well. All right. Okay,
It's a good place to pause it because it just like chilled out for a second. That started heavy.
Yeah.
That started very heavy. And like I know that OPETH is heavy, but sometimes they start out, you know, a little
more acousticy
or they have like a couple intros, or they do some layering. But no, this was like just bam in your face. And like, man, this is great. The drummer is phenomenal with all those fills that he was doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Smooth transition to this part.
Smooth transition. I'm actually happy that it gave us a space to breathe.
Yeah.
At least me to breathe when it kind of came down and had that just. And I know that just means that there's going to be something crazy coming, something progressive.
Very progressive.
Wow.
Don't you love OPETH?
I do. I love OPETH. I would be afraid to go to an OPETH concert because I might have a heart attack.
Yeah, when I saw OPETH live, it was at a Royal Albert Theater. No, not Royal Albert. It was a Queen Elizabeth Theater, so we actually couldn't mosh pit. We had to just sit or stand in our seats, so that was the only way I didn't go crazy.
Fair.
All right, let's keep this going.
All right.
2 years in your heart, one moment of doubt. Two lives torn apart. 1 second from now.
about that part?
That was really good. I really like how he had, and like his clean vocals throughout
Yeah.
that part. And I
Oh,
really
yes.
like how he toned it down from it being so heavy at first, coming down, having that vocal point where it still had all that layering going on
Yeah.
within it.
Yeah.
I was listening to the vocals for a little bit, and then I just started listening to everything else.
The music's so
Because
good.
the music is just so good. And it's always so impressive to me how Opeth has so much layering and so many different fills and everything
Mhm.
while maintaining just a basic like 4/4 like 1 and 2
Right.
and 3 and 4. Just
Mhm.
like a lot of like rock bands or heavy bands, they like to play so much faster, but it's not required.
Yeah.
And so Opeth has mastered how to play just at a regular, like not a super fast beat, but because they've added so many layers of things, it feels really fast.
Absolutely,
And it
right?
feels so much more and so much bigger
Mhm.
than just that steady beat.
I agree,
throughout.
because even like when that solo came in, it wasn't like a crazy shredding solo or anything. It just added another layer.
Exactly.
But then it felt like, oh man, we're getting a solo on top of all this other stuff. Wow, I didn't expect that.
Absolutely. And then the drummer throughout, because he was
Yeah.
hitting those cymbals, and it was just such a like, it was entrancing.
His nickname's Rev,
Rev, I can
the
understand
Revolution.
that. Yeah,
I
I
think.
get that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then once that like singing part was done, it built up. That solo came in,
Mhm.
and it built and built and built and built, and then it came soft again.
Yeah.
Whereas I was expecting and prepared
Right.
for it to just keep
Keep going.
building.
Right.
So
Well, there's 4 minutes left.
there's 4 minutes left. That's like some band's whole song is like 4 minutes, and we're only halfway through. So I can see where this is like being the last song of the album. I'm very happy with the way that this is going.
Yeah,
Like
because
that.
Porcelain Heart bled into this. No, I think it's Hessian Pale Acid that bled into this one, but
That
it's
makes
it's a
sense.
very good ending. Absolutely.
The keyboard.
Yeah.
It's not often you get a keyboard solo.
They give shine to the keyboardist.
I bet it's gonna be really heavy after this. Sounds almost like a church organ.
It did. What a way to end it, eh?
What a way to end. And that's the end of the album then.
We made it all the way through that watershed moment. And we've heard different songs from OPETH together outside of the watershed, but could you see how this was really the moment that not necessarily divided everyone, but they could tell what direction they were pushing it? And the progressiveness, like you were saying, you're expecting some heavier drops and all that, which I'm sure a lot of people were expecting.
But then it came softer.
And then it came softer, and it showed their patience, it showed their professionalism, and it also showed me that why I don't remember this one as much, because I don't think it moves as much for my taste as some of the other songs, like a Hessian Peel, The Lotus Eater, Heir Apparent. Those songs were very massive and just moves everywhere, but this one just had a lot more patience, kind of like the Porcelain Heart one, and it still has its place in my heart, but that's why I didn't remember any catchy moment from it itself, just because all the other songs, I think, at least overshadow it a little bit for me. But I'm really happy we got back to it. I remembered why I still liked the song, and I do think it's a perfect send-off.
I agree. It is a perfect send-off, and I think that with what you're saying about the song, for a lot of people who were OPETH fans from the beginning coming into this album, how it could have been that dividing point of being like, oh, they're going to be going more this softer route than
Progressive
this really,
rock,
more progressive rock than this like dirty, gritty that they had in the past. And I think this song itself is a perfect way to end this album. I've said in other reaction videos how, like, when you're writing a story or you're telling a story, that you have your build up, your climax, your release, and then that ending, which could either be sorrow or hopeful or whatever it may be. And this ending gave me a lot of hope.
It did.
Because it's building up to something new. Like, they're opening a door, opening that gateway. Because it started so heavy at first. That was like a punch in the face. And then it eased off, and you had the clean vocals all the way throughout. There was no growling. There was nothing too gritty or too dark. But the drum fills were phenomenal. The guitar solos were phenomenal. The standout was definitely the drummer and the keyboardist. Those were the two for me.
I'm glad you brought it.
The keyboardist, like, this had a keyboard solo, which you don't get in a lot of...
No, you don't.
In a lot of bands or a lot of songs, and I love having odd solos. I'm an odd solo person.
We want a bass solo randomly here and there too.
Yeah, like, give me a random bass solo, give me a random keyboard solo. I don't know, throw in a cello being played like a guitar, like, do something fancy for me, and that's what I like. So having this amazing keyboard solo and then ending the song sounding like church organs, because that's what it was sounding like to me. It definitely brought up to another tier or layer of what this band can do in that progressiveness and where they're going to be moving forward, to have these odd solos, soft drops instead of hard drops. And I think for a lot of people who fell in love with the Beans and Cigarette version of Mikal,
good way to put it,
versus the
now got a record label, now has a successful
daughter.
A daughter.
So they wanted Beans and Cigarettes Mikal, not Daddy Mikal, but I'm okay with Daddy Mikal. So
I'm glad you're saying that, because I know I want to show you when they go full clean and full progressive with heritage and moving on. And we've already seen Sorceress, which is a little farther in their clean progressive mode, but I want to show you exactly when they start clean, because it's a little... I still really love the Heritage album. That's the album that I found OPETH with, so it was awesome to go through a Watershed with you from start to finish, because, again, this is my favorite band of all time, y'all, so I am just so grateful to get to experience this again with y'all.
This is your favorite band of all time, to the point that when Kyle and I started dating, he showed me an OPETH song. I don't remember what one.
It was Hessian Peel.
Okay.
That's how I got her.
And he's like, I want to show you some music I like, because we'd been listening to my music for months and
Yeah.
he hates it. And we were listening to my music for months, and he's like, I want to show you this OPETH song. Are you gonna be okay? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And so he showed me OPETH, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And I like dissected it for him. And he's like, oh my God. And then he showed me Gojira Flying Whales, which is still my favorite song ever, because it has whale noises.
Fair enough.
So,
Incredible song.
incredible song. But listening to OPETH and seeing where they were, where they're going, I've heard some of their clean stuff. I've heard some of the Beans and Cigarettes versions.
Yeah.
And I love it all.
It's the beauty,
It has
right?
such power behind it, and the transitions that they do are just like they're kings of doing these transitions.
They are.
Because they're able to do the soft drops, but like build it up that you think that it's going to be a hard drop, while maintaining that that rhythm. So you still know that the drop is coming now, but it's not as hard as you were expecting. So you still get that satisfaction that you knew when the drop was coming.
Yeah.
But it
Not,
builds
no
you
way.
into this new, like almost like a river.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, so this has been phenomenal. I love how they ended this. I think this is a perfect way to end this album, with building up for the next album that would be coming.
Well, Michael, thank you so much. You know she loves it. If you want to give us more OPETH, we're not going to say no, but thank you so much for letting us finish this album. That really means a lot to us. We love to finish things from start to finish. So this is another check off, and we'll make sure we put a playlist up for y'all so you can see every single reaction from this amazing album. It's been quite the journey. I can't wait to do more OPETHians, Chronicans. Hope you guys had a good time with us. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. But we are exiting the rabbit hole now, folks.
Thank you so much, Michael, for this journey with the Watershed Moment. I have enjoyed it thoroughly, and I look forward to what you bring down the rabbit hole next. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless.
Take care, and bye for now.
I'm just happy more OPETH. Love you guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special thanks to all of our YouTube, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee members. Thank you for all of your support.